this just re-emphasized for me that it's not my plan, it's God's plan. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, but I kind of wanted to just talk with you guys and give you guys an update of what's been going on. And actually, I've been kind of binging on this one YouTuber called Ambers and Ash. I think that's right. Yeah, Ambers and Ash. I have her on the screen right now. On her videos, and one of her videos that she talks about how like mom influencers or mom creators are not as relatable as they used to be. So I wanted to just, you know, kind of share what's been going on with me, and also just put more videos out there. Now, we all know that I have not been the most consistent in the past, but just put more videos out there of relatable everyday people. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead. Stop. I have to do this on the floor because my 1-year-old is still here while my daughter's at school. But I still wanted to film this. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not. But I'm going to start with my vitamin C. I have been feeling like I just look so tired. And so I got some vitamin C. I used to use vitamin C like probably three or 4 years ago, like during the pandemic when I was really taking time. Because I think that's all that I wore while I was pregnant was like, well, after I like quit my one job, I just would wear vitamin C lip gloss for the most part. So I'm just gonna rub this in, but yeah, I just feel like I've been looking so tired. So on my days off, I try to do a little bit more self-care. So I got this vitamin C from Walmart. It was like $14. It was less expensive than a lot of the other stuff that was there. Okay, so last time I talked to you guys was back in October. I think it was like in the middle of or at the end of the summer fall semester when I was at Ivy Tech. And I was telling you guys about my finals and what I did to study. So taking it back to that. So around that time, my daughter started preschool, and we had a lot of birthdays and things, and I ended up getting sick. And I honestly feel like it was because she started going to preschool, because it's like I had never been this sick in my life, at least not that I could have remembered. But I was just sick, and I was sick for 2 months, to the point where I could not breathe, talk, or swallow. Like, it hurt. Like, I would just let the saliva pull in my mouth because I hated to swallow. It hurt so bad. So after, I think, 2 weeks or a week, I ended up going to emergency care, and turns out I had a viral infection. They called it pharyngitis, which, you know, is an infection of the pharynx. So I got on the steroid, got some meds, also during this time, I was waiting to hear back from Ivy Tech's nursing program. If you guys didn't already know, so I applied in August, and oh my gosh, he just dug up my eyebrow gel. Perfect. So yeah, I applied in August, and you have to wait 2 months to get an answer. So of course I was just on 10, just with anxiety, and I'm using my camera as my mirror. So it got close to that time, and first round didn't get an email because they send out the emails at 6 o'clock in the morning. Didn't get an email. Next round goes by, didn't get an email, and I'm feeling like I was already on edge because I had talked to my advisor, and she told me that because I got like B's in my anatomy class, or classes I should say, and she was like, you know, it's super competitive, which I knew was competitive, but I didn't know I mean, I feel like I did a good job for being a mother of 2 and a wife and working. I got B's. So I felt great about that, but I get it. It's super competitive. And, yeah, so she was like, before the deadline hadn't even come out, I was just trying to discuss with her some options. And so she was like, you can retake all your classes. And immediately, like, I don't want to retake all these classes because I'm like, it was hard enough. Sorry, I should be looking over here. I'm like, it was hard enough as is to even do the classes. You know, like I said, being a mom, being a wife, going back to school a little bit older, working, you know, all that. And I'm like, plus, retaking these classes is not free. You know what I mean? Like, just retake all the classes. Are you serious? She was like, retake all the classes, get a better grade, which I understand why she said that. So that way I could get more points. Because they supposedly work off a point system. So, yeah, so we talked about that. And then 6 o'clock kept rolling around. And I'm telling you, I was so anxious. Like, I would be up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Just like, okay, I got 2 more hours left. I got 1 more hour left. Like, and then when I didn't get the email, I kept refreshing my email. Nothing. And when I tell you the amount of anxiety and just like anxiety, rage, sadness that I felt, like, it's just indescribable, honestly, because I just felt like such a failure. And I'm just like, come on, please. Because this is supposed to go along with my plan. Like, it's like, because I had already had a previous degree, it's like the only thing that I had to do was take my math and sciences, and then I wanted to start nursing school in January. So I'm like, this has to follow suit. You know, this has to go to plan. I don't want to wait. I want to go ahead and get started. And so the rounds came out like every 2 days except for on the weekend. So it's like I would get up, look, nothing. Super sadness. Like, I had to just carry that weight and act like I was fine. And also during that time, I was taking chemistry and advanced human physiology. And some of the nursing students, they were in my classes. And, you know, they would just complain. And I know that it's hard. The nursing school is hard, but and they have the right to complain or whatever, but it just would make me so sad and furious at the same time, because it's like, y'all are complaining about being in the nursing program, and I'm like, this is literally where I want to be, what I want to do. And so it was hard to go, like, be in those classes, and you're literally having anxiety every morning because you didn't get your email, or you're crying. And then you have the other students coming in talking about how they don't like it or whatever. And like I said, I'm obviously not in the nursing program, so I don't know how hard it is. But I'm just saying, from my experience, it was hard to hear that when I wanted to be where they were at. If you understand it, you understand it. If you don't, you don't, whatever. So also, like, back around the fall time, I ended up having 2 panic attacks in one day. One while I was driving, but I'm like, no, I have to keep going because I gotta drop my kids off and I need to get to class. And then the other one was like around like the evening time, and my husband was there and he, you know, helped me or whatever. But I was just having a serious moment where I'm like, why do I have to go through this? I'm like, God, I thought you gave me this idea. Like, I never thought, some of you guys that have been on my channel since before I had kids, like, I never thought I would have gone into nursing, become a mom, any of that. So I'm like, why did you give me this vision or talk to me? And it's so hard. Like, the journey, I just felt like it should have been easier. I'm like, I thought I heard it clearly from you. So you just like, why is this journey not easier? So I was really struggling, and I was like, why do I even go through all this? You know, if I'm like, not to get too deep into it, but it's like, hold on. I almost had it. Okay. It's good enough, I guess. So I'm like, just like, I thought it should have been easier. And, you know, let me also look, because I also made notes. yeah, so I was just, me and my husband were just having like a really deep talk, and it's just like, tell me everything, how you been feeling. So I just emptied the clip and just let him know how I was feeling about everything, and how I was just feeling so defeated and everything. And yeah, so I had that, and then after I had that moment, I just kind of had a realization of I need to just take control of the things that I can control. I can't control that I didn't get into the nursing program, even though I tried my very hardest. But it's not, ultimately, the decision is not up to me. I can't go into the office and be like, put me down for the nursing program, I'm in it. I don't have any control of that. So I had to let that go. And I couldn't control that my kids weren't always acting how I wanted them to act. I couldn't control that my husband wasn't always acting how I wanted him to act. So I literally made a list of things that I can't control and things that I can't control. And I think it was for November, that was the only goal that I had for November, was just to focus on the things that I could control. And it honestly helped. Like before I started doing this, because I actually had to take a step back from my academics, not like withdraw from class, but it's like stop being so like every point. After I had those 2 mental breakdowns, I was just like, you know what, Jashar, just do enough. If the quiz is worth 30 points and you only get 25 or even 23 or even 15 sometimes, I'm like, you have to just let the cards lay where they lie, or whatever the saying is, because I'm like, because before then I was like, okay, if I even miss 2 points, I'm redoing it. And I talked about it in another video. I'm like, if I miss 2 points, I'm redoing it. But after that, I'm just like, I'm not doing that because it's not helping me. And I feel terrible, and my mental health. And it's like, I'm lashing out on people. I'm getting angry. So I'm just like, I just have to do the best that I can do. But still like working on my, the cardiovascular unit that I told you guys about in my other video. So I was still working on that unit, but while I was working on that unit, I told everybody that listened, I told everybody, even the students in my class, like, I want to be labor and delivery. I want to go into the women's health specialty, mother, baby, all that. I want to do that. I even talked to one of my classmates because she said, oh, my friend works there. I can get her to hire you. So I emailed the friend. She didn't email me back, which is fine or whatever. I told everybody that that's what I wanted to do. So, I'm still working, and then I think we had like a break. It was like Thanksgiving break, so I ended up picking up more shifts on the cardiovascular unit because I was working PRN. You have to do like 3 shifts within a 6-week period. So I picked up one day, and then I think it was like 9:38 at night. I think like on a Tuesday or something, or I can't remember what day it was. And so throughout this whole entire process of me knowing that I wanted to go into labor and delivery, mother baby, the women's health specialty, I constantly was like looking up jobs like L&D, PCT, mother baby PCT, and then I finally remember I need to do unit rep because I know sometimes they don't put PCT, they put unit rep, so I would look that up. So it was 9:38 at night, and I found this job, and it said L&D high risk unit rep, but the job posting was 12 days old. And normally if the job posting is that old, I don't even fool with it because I'm like, they probably have already hired somebody and they just have not taken down the post. So, okay, let me take a break. So before I applied for that job that I was just talking about, I think a couple days before that, because I told you guys I like to do Bible journaling, or if you don't know, I like to do Bible journaling. So there was one day where I was just being so real with God in my journal, and I was just like, I don't want to say letting it happen, but I was just like literally just being open, because a lot of times I do like to Bible journal, I do like to be transparent, but I also keep in mind that what if my children find find these things one day, or my husband find these things one day. So I'm real, but I'm not too real. But I was just raw that day, like just let it all out, about how I was feeling with God and everything. And then it made me feel better. So fast forward to, like I said, it was 9:30 at night. I saw this job post. And so, like I said, I wasn't going to apply, but then I just had a feeling. I think it was the Holy Spirit just telling me, no, Jashar, go get your resume. Stop. Get your resume, edit it, and apply. So I literally went to go get my laptop, edited my resume, applied for the job because it was at the hospital that I already work at. It was just on a different unit. I applied. And, I prayed, and then I went to bed because I had to work the next day. So next day I go to work, and I look on my phone or on my watch, and I see that I'm getting these voicemails and emails from the recruiter. So I take a little break to go answer the call. And while I've listened to his voicemail, and he was telling me, apply for the job or whatever, he wants to try and schedule something. So we talked on the phone. He was telling me, do you think you'll be able to do it? I'm like, I told him I was in school and everything. And he was like, well, this is not a PRN position like how you have had. And I'm like, I get that because I used to work full time. So I get that. And I was like, plus with me not going to Ivy Tech, not getting into the nursing program, I'm like, this is perfect because why is it perfect? It's perfect because I'll have this new job, and so I'll have to work that around my school schedule, and that would have been like a whole big thing or whatever. So so he was like, okay, well, let's try to get your interview for was it the next day? Usually the next day. Yeah, we had an interview the next day. Or maybe it was 2 days after that. I can't remember. So we had the interview. I was super excited. I had my chemistry class, and I was like, I got to leave early because this is on my dream unit that I want to work on. Told my chemistry teacher, she said, good luck. La, la, la. Came home. We did the interview, and I was just really making the point of letting her know, I would just love to work there. And I was telling her, my story with my birth story. I've talked about that on my channel before. And so I told her, I was in school, I was in the pre-nursing part. So since I'm in the pre-nursing part, I don't qualify to be a student nurse intern, which is fine. And so I wanted to work my way up, and she was telling me, yeah, you can work your way up and stuff like that. So we scheduled a job shadowing. The job shadowing was on Monday. Went in, did the job shadowing, I think for 4 hours. Then literally came home for 30 minutes and then had to go to school. But back to the job shadowing. So the job shadowing went great. I really connected with my trainer. And then towards the end of the job shadowing, I was like, I want to go talk to the manager because I want her to see my face in person and just let her know I'm really interested, because I know that they get a lot of these emails. And I had also emailed her previously, emailed the manager previously, just letting her know I was interested. She told me that the student intern positions were full or whatever. So I just said, hey, just keep me in mind. So I went to go see her, and maybe I'll do a better story about this later. But for right now, this is what I'm going to tell. So we met, and we just kind of talked, and then like I said, then I had to leave, came home for 30 minutes, then I had to go to class. Class got out around 6. So at 7 o'clock at night, I wrote the trainer email, a thank you email. And then 2 hours later, I wrote the manager email. I was so stressed out with this email because I'm like, this is my one shot. And so I literally kept writing it and then deleting it, writing it and then deleting it. Then I would look at templates and I'm like, no, that doesn't sound like me. So I settled on something that sounded like me, but that wasn't too long, because I remember I used to work for a director, and she was like, managers are busy, directors are busy. So she's like, get to the point in your emails and just say what it is that you have to say. But I wanted to be brief, but also to be heartfelt as well. So I sent both of them an email 2 hours apart because, like I said, it just took me longer with that one. So I sent that email, but I knew that there were 2 other people because my trainer, she told me there's 2 other people that are looking for the position. That because there was a lot of people, but I think the manager had a cutoff of like 3. So it was between me and I think 2 other girls, and there were supposed to be other shadows after me. So yeah, I had class on Monday. So Tuesday I was off. Okay, yeah. So then I worked Tuesday at the on the cardiovascular unit that I was telling you guys about. And so then I get a call and I'm getting emails, and so I like step off, and so I talked to the recruiter, and we're talking or whatever. So he's like, I want to offer you the job. And so I had made a promise to myself that I was not going to just accept whatever pay the job was going to give me from now on. I was going to at least ask for more pay. And then actually when I got to see the work, I'm like, oh, this is more work than what I would have thought it was going to be. So I did ask for more money and just kind of negotiate. So we were kind of going back and forth. And then I also talked with him like on my lunch break. We were kind of going back and forth because back then I had an hour lunch break when I was working on that unit. So we were just kind of going back and forth. He tried to do what he could do, la la la. So by the end of our phone call, I told him, yes, I'll accept the position. I was super happy. And so I started my new position as a unit rep on a labor and delivery high risk and OB triage unit, which I'm so happy, just so blessed. And I realize now, like, everything is going to work out, like God has your best interest at heart. Because what if I had gotten into the Ivy Tech nursing program? Then I wouldn't have this job with on the labor and delivery unit, because it's like I know that the program is so strict. And so what I'm trying to say is, because also what I did that I forgot to mention to you guys is I did go ahead and apply for WGU. I know I talked about that in previous videos, but I kind of put that on pause because I was going to go the Ivy Tech route. I know, super confusing, but I think your application stays good for like, with WGU, I think it stays good for like a year or 5 years. Don't quote me on that. So when I didn't get in, I shifted gears and I was like, okay, I'm going to go WGU route. I also wrote to, I think admissions or somebody, just asking, like, what are the chances? Because I don't want to go through another heartbreak of not getting in, which I know that there's still a chance, but, so I did decide to go to WGU, and I did get accepted into their licensure, nursing program. So I start that in March. I'm super excited, super blessed. What else? So going to WGU, that route will allow me to do school on my own schedule, which I like, so that way I can keep the job that I'm currently at, because I want to keep a good, build a relationship with the manager and eventually work up from a unit rep to maybe a SNE, and then maybe a new grad, and then a nurse on that unit. So I'm sharing this to say, which I know that this is a long video, but I don't know, this is kind of like a testimony, but I'm just so grateful and so thankful, because I really felt like I was on the downslope for a long time. I felt like I was on the downslope, but with getting accepted into WGU and getting this new job, I feel like I'm on the upslope. So I'm feeling good, and I'm just like, God's plan is so much bigger than my plan. Like, it really is. And I've always been a believer in God, but this has just really helped me. I don't know if I'm even expressing it in the right words, but it just let me know, like, he hasn't forgotten about me. Like, he does love me. He does care for me. Like, I just need to chill. But I say this to say, if you are on a journey that you think God has called you to do, it's not always going to be easy. And a few videos did help me with this. I'm going to try to link them below, and also link below Amber and Ash's account too. I'm going to try. I can't remember everything all the time, but it's not always easy. But think about Jesus's journey, and Noah's journey, and Abraham's journey, and wrestling with the Holy Ghost, and this just re-emphasized for me that it's not my plan, it's God's plan. And also, when I was going through those things and I was applying for WGU, because that also made me nervous in applying for the job. I was asking God to also give me peace with whatever decision He had for me. And no, it wasn't just easy for me to accept it, but I just kept praying for peace with the decision. Give me peace, give me peace, give me peace with whatever decision that you have, whatever decision you make. So yeah, that's all that I have for right now. I'm going to try and do some more videos later, but I wanted to kind of share my journey and then also give you guys an update of what's been going on with me and everything. Some of you guys may have also even noticed that my hair was different, so I may do a video about that later. But I'm gonna leave it here for now, and I hope that this video moved you in some way or inspired you in some way. Leave some comments down below. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.